Okay, wonderful. It
It
looks
looks like
like
it's
we
popping up
are
for me.
live. Yep. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the July 14th board meeting of 2026. Just want to remind you that you can follow along with the agenda. It is linked in the description, and these meetings are counted as attendance regarding voting rights. Make sure you fill out the Google form also in the description, as well as say hello in the chat. And with that, we will go ahead and call the meeting to order at 7:01 p.m. The first thing that we have on our agenda is to recap off-cycle board actions and votes. We didn't technically have any, but we did just want to call out, we were reached out to by just a private person that happens to work at a library, but she is moving and wishes to donate to us her collection of manga. There's like 1900 mangas in like 60 boxes apparently. So we are happy to accept that donation and we're gonna go get it this weekend. Then the next item is planned discussions from scheduled visiting parties / ATC partners. We do not have any of those today. Then we will move on into our coordinator updates, and we are going to start with finance.
All right. Hopefully everyone can hear me. So I have the following balances. Currently in our business checking, we have $270,541.15. In our business savings account for our education fund, we have $3,098.76. And in our community fund savings account, we have $14,509.08. And that's the end of my report.
Okay, wonderful. Then we will go ahead and go to Anime Detour with JC.
Yes, so still pretty early in the cycle. There's not a terribly large amount of Anime Detour news to report. We have gotten a couple of guest announcements out. We'll have a few more shortly. The chair team has done some department interviews, so we are going to have some new heads to announce on Sunday, which is when our second staff meeting of the cycle is going, so that's exciting. We do have a number of open positions as well, so we want to get working on trying to close those, but we'll figure that out as we go. It is July, so it's kind of the right time to have open department head spots. But yeah, I think all is progressing well. I will just mention related to the manga donation that does come from one of our partners that helps put on the manga reading lounge at Detour every year. So that's how we made that connection, or at least that's one form of the connection we had. So that was really, really great when they reached out to us. That was very exciting. So that's all I got. See you on Sunday.
Yeah. Echo, I think the option to adjust the stream is under those three dots.
I got it.
Oh, you got it. Okay. That's right. I forgot that the stream is behind where we actually are. All right.
It was defaulted for only like 8 people.
All right, then we'll go ahead and go on to charities with Jacob.
Hey, everybody. Not a whole lot, as said by JC. We're still pretty early on in the cycle, so not a lot going on quite yet. We did, I'm not sure if this would fall under special events or mine, about the Normandale garden situation, but we got an email from them, likely due to one of the donations we gave. I'll let Allie probably speak on it more because I think it technically falls under special events. So that I'll kind of let be spoken on more. Other than that, I've been busy mostly just helping out with, tabling and all that fun stuff. Not much more is going on for us. So yeah.
I did have one question for you. I keep reading about it. Did you end up going in to sign up for the AUSM event? Like the puzzle event at the Mall of America?
I didn't. I didn't know that that was my area. I apologize. I can look at that. I didn't know that was the charities area to do. I can look at that though. We can definitely. I can start pursuing that. That's not a problem.
Perfect. All right. And then Michaela did let us know that she couldn't be here tonight and she didn't really have any updates. So we will move on past communications to special events with Allie.
Hello, we have been very busy since the last time we met here. So we have done, let me see if I can actually view past events in here or not. I don't think I can. So we've actually, just this past weekend, we were out in Green Bay for KitsuneCon, which is awesome. That's always a nice event for us to hit up. The weekend before that, we actually had our first table at Convergence in who knows how long, if not possibly ever. Got a great reaction there, went over really well, so that was really cool. We'll look at doing that again for next year. The weekend before that, we were out at Pride and had a really good response there too. We ran out of flyers and had to emergency get more flyers brought to us. So not the worst problem to have, honestly. That was pretty awesome. And then I am checking here just to make sure I'm not forgetting anything because that was a lot of stuff in a very short period of time. I think that's everything we just had. And then we do not actually have anything still for the month of July. We get to take a little breather. August, though, we will have Oban in St. Paul. Definitely looking for some volunteers for that. If you want to try out being on the special events team, the local events like that are great ones to get involved in because they're generally a pretty small commitment versus going off somewhere for a full weekend. We will also, speaking of going off somewhere for a full weekend, we'll have ExcaliburCon in August. And then coming up further, we have Nebraska in October. We have Twin Cities Con in November. Got a couple of feelers out for some too. We just added the Normandale Japanese Garden that Jacob mentioned, so we'll have a table out there. We do have enough people to staff that. And we're looking at doing FallCon this year, which is a comic book convention run by a local group that takes place out at the state fairgrounds, which back when I was a comic artist, I used to do. It's a really good, really positive event with really great environment to it. So it would be real fun if we can get a table out there too. So I just put in the application today. I think that's kind of it. We're, unlike everything else, we're not at the beginning of the cycle. We are right in the thick of it for us, and ours basically at this time ends at the end of Twin Cities Con. And then we get to take a little bit of time for the holidays, and then all of us go right into planning for Detour. But that's it for me.
All right, so then the next thing on the agenda is a 15-minute break, but we can vote to skip that if the preceding topics take a little time. I vote to skip it. Can I get a second?
Second.
Okay. And then all in favor, go ahead and raise your hand on the thing. All right, thank you. So I did sort of at the last minute add a topic for this month for our mailbox policy that we kind of started talking about in chat. I believe I had an ingenious idea while I was eating my tacos before dinner or before the meeting. I was thinking, so we had talked about, storing digitally versus storing physically. And we had talked about having a shared drive or just having it in email. And I think I like the idea of having it all in one place, but I don't like the idea of a shared drive because that's just like a lot of work to like organize and maintain and make it look nice. So I think what would make sense would be to just make another email group called ATC Mailbox. Then whoever picks up the mail takes pictures of it and then emails it to ATC Mailbox. And then the board obviously has access to that group, and that's just where all the mail lives. How does that sound?
And then you just have to figure out if there's checks to deposit, how to get
Yeah,
them to me.
Yeah, so if there is something that does actually need to be physically handled, which does happen on occasion, you gotta hand that off to Jeanette. Like in a detour meeting or something, but other than that, most of the stuff is just, we should be keeping it somewhere, but like, does it need to take up physical space? I don't think so.
I like the idea.
Yeah.
Better than trying to chase you down.
Yeah. Okay. All right, so I'll probably get that set up because I am also IT, so I can do that. And so then after that on the agenda, we have open session. So if anyone has any questions for open session, now is the time to put them in the chat. I'm giving you guys a couple of minutes to do that. Forgot to bring a water in here for the meeting, and I have never regretted something more in my life.
So while we're waiting for any open session questions, I did go to the sort of like GPS Geek Partnership Society update at Convergence just to say, hey, we're here, we're still friends, and I got contact info because they would like to talk about doing some shared stuff, like some shared board training and stuff, so that we could get discounts by having a larger group.
Okay. Well, and so like GPS and convergence are technically two separate things, right? Or
Yeah, they had their
Okay.
meeting at
they're
Convergence.
just there. Yeah.
I was just there being like, hey, informally repping, but showing up just to be supportive.
Mhm. Okay, it doesn't look like any open session questions are coming in. Next thing is any open board projects and future meeting discussions. We don't have anything. We've got something coming up, which makes my life easy. So yay. But if anyone needs anything, let us know and we'll add it.
Nope, that was my
Um,
update. Just that GPS might want to do some things in the future, but nothing's set in stone yet. So
Okay. All right, so then I'm gonna go ahead and call the meeting to order at 7:13 p.m. Have a good night, everybody.
do we have to do a vote to
Or
end?
do we end?
I can't remember.
No,
A
I
vote
think
to
I just
adjourn.
call it. I just adjourned it.
Okay,
Naomi
just
wants to
making sure.
skip it. Yeah.
Alrighty. I just wasn't sure. All right. Bye bye.
Bye.